Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. A little late. I love when my computer updates. Um, Shout outs to Windows. Gotta get the updates in. I feel like the last time I didn't update my computer, it went horribly wrong. So here we are. We are continuing on. We are doing uh, Only One of again, which I'm very excited to delve into. Um, Huge congrats to Sarah again for getting the 100,000 channel points. So, listen, I don't, to be fair, I do not really rock with the computer when I am not either editing or streaming. So I try to do what I can, but I try not to stay as much on the computer. Let me be for real. So, yeah, I know I am battling technology tonight. Kaylee, hello. Sarah, hello. Gunky, hello. Yeah, the technology was we were hurting. We were hurting. But either way, very excited. If you missed part 1 and you're watching live, it is up on Patreon. It will be up much later on YouTube. So do that. If it's not the internet, it's Microsoft. Yeah, listen. I'll make the rules here. So, very cool, very cool. We are getting into, I believe, the next section of the deep dive, which I think if I've got it correct, we stopped on we stopped on gaslighting. So I will have to go through and check through my notes here. So I did do that one, did that one, did that one. One which I do remember that. And okay, cool. I found where we need to be. Very nice. Unhi, hello. Thanks for vibing. Next is the B series. Okay, perfect. Cookie says I'm mostly creeping tonight. Hopefully Sarah won't make me go to And you're giving me flack for being late? Man, that's crazy. Sarah says, is everyone ready for Pride Night? Hey, let's go. Let's go. All right. Very nice. Thank you, Sarah, for keeping me on point here. So the B series, looks like in the second half of 2022, the members created the Underground Idol Project, better known as the B series, which consisted of solo songs from each member. Oh, wow. As well as an art pop remix of the existing Only One of song. The songs were grouped into pairs representing different storylines. The first was Yujung beginning on June 27th, followed by KB's Be Free on July 26th, Junji's Be Mine on August 25th, Rie's Because on August 20. Excuse me, I said August 25th and October 26th. Okay, cool, I've got it correct. Mills Beat on November 28th and Nines Beyond on January 4th of 2023. Read the descriptions on the videos. Okay, cool. All right. As aforementioned here, we'll start with Yujung's. Looks like among the countless lovers in the world, there are also lovers that couldn't be blessed for whatever reason, religious reasons, things like parents' disapproval. I dedicate this song to all those lovers who couldn't be blessed. Oh, that's very nice. Very sweet. All right, cool. Well, let's check it out.
Take your time, yeah, you know it. Why do you pretend? 데려다 줄게 멀리 그 어디든 I'm always ready to begin. Feels like gravity. 넌 점점 끌어당겨 날 I think I'm falling 여전히 도 begin with that blast. Let me take it, take it, take it, take it, take you there. 모든 것의 시작인 저점에 그 어떤 편견들로부터 자유로울 때 We can begin, 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 begin again. Way up 흐르는 시간들에 넌 brightest 더 선명하게 So clear 넌 깨어나시자매 I'm always ready to begin. Hate this city going down 두려움을 내던져 여러 길을 carry on high like a pilot. 더 너를 원해 baby 아픈 상처들은 burning others. Begin, 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 begin with that blast. Let me take it, take it, take it, take it, take you there. 모든 것의 시작인 저점에 그 어떤 편견들로부터 자유로울 때 We can begin, 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 begin again. 넌 빛이야 걱정보다 저주만 너를 던져 도대체 왜 너를 탓해 그럴 필요 없어 You're just full of, full of, full of Come on in Others are so, so, so Killing with the blast. Yeah. It is time and I know it. What do you pretend? 들여다 주게 멀리 그 어디든 Begin, 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 begin with the blast. Yeah, yeah. Let me take it, take it, take it, take it, take you down, take it down. 모든 것의 시작인 저점에 그 어떤 편견들로부터 자유로울 때 We can begin, 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 begin again. 그 어떤 편견들로부터 자유로울 때 We can begin, 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 begin.
All right, very nice. This was Yu Jung's Begin. If you're joining for the Only One of Deep Dive Part 2. It's been a little bit, but we're back. So, very nice. Let's see. Kaylee says yeah to Sarah's comment, and also Sarah said Yu Jung's blonde hair is incredible. I do like his blonde hair. He's got a good look. Andy, hello. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. I enjoyed this. This is very nice, very chill song. I enjoy Yu Jung's voice. I feel like he's got all of them really do have incredible voices. I don't know if I'm sure I mentioned it the last time we checked out only one of, but I gotta say that I'm excited to check out all of these songs in a solo capacity because I feel like it's been a little bit, so obviously I'll get a little bit more familiarized with each member more now. But also I feel like sonically I'm curious to hear which ones kind of stand out to me over the other ones, and that's not to say that the songs that I don't mention that I like are not outwardly bad songs, but I'm curious who I'm biasing in this group more so than anything else. But I like this very chill song. I think it's got like a very like synthy K-pop sound to it. But I like that it's not like overbearing, right? Like the song itself is like really easy to listen to. I think obviously Yu Jung's voice is something that carries the momentum in the track, which is beautiful. But yeah, I think his voice was really consistent. I love the chorus. I thought the chorus was really good in this song. The storyline was also interesting as well. Excited to see like the part 1, part 2 kind of thing going on with the storyline. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I think this one's a very easy listening song, and I think it gives you a really good idea of what type of vocals he's bringing to the table. So very nice. Sarah says that song is so chill, chill night vibes. I was gonna say I agree. Andy says I really like that last song. Hey, let's go. That's the first and the last one. So let's go. All right, very nice. We're keeping it moving. I believe KB's is next, which is Be Free. So let's keep it strolling.
Oh my god, you smell. 단숨에 날 당겨 너의 걸음을 like it 너와 나의 다른 누구와도 비교가 안돼 And it feels like 달려가고 싶어져 To love 해있잖아 I like your tight blue jeans shining 내 어디에 I just wanna taste your lips never know love baby One more time could make it right yeah you think I'm fine So many city lights Oops I got no ID card 너의 말투는 it's okay 없어 날 시간에 baby just coming 고집을 부리고 싶어져 난 자꾸 내 마음을 시험하지 마 I feel you on my planet oh hey 하지 마 baby it is all 달려가고 싶어져 To love 해있잖아 I like your tight blue jeans shining 내 어디에 I just wanna taste your lips never know love baby One more time could make it right yeah you think I'm fine If you can't get it 오늘은 걱정 마 하고 싶은 말들이 많아 baby When I see in your eyes I just wanna tell you all Every time I feel your heart 따지지 않았어 hey When I see in your eyes 천천히 baby I like your tight blue jeans 내 어디에 I just wanna taste your lips never know love baby One more time come make it right like your tight blue jeans 내 어디에 I just wanna taste your lips never know love baby One more time could make it right
All right, very cool. This was KB's Be Free from OnlyOneOf. Very nice. I had to read the notes, which I didn't check out before. Says couldn't confess because I didn't want to get hurt. Moments of hesitation. Let's talk even if we're hurt, even though it's broken and painful, let's face it together. That's very nice. Very sweet. Let's see what we got here. Andy said so good. Kaylee says this is one of my favorites. Nice. Sarah says this is like the Fox vintage sound that was really popular in the mid 2010s, but not as cheesy. I could see that. I enjoyed this one a lot more. I thought the vibe of this was definitely more my taste. I do like that kind of like vintagey sort of sound of it. The instrumental on this just seemed a lot more. I want to say aggressive because that's probably not the right adjective to use, but I think that the sound of this definitely suited the vibe a little bit more. It's a little bit more dancey. I feel like the highs of the song were definitely a little bit stronger. I also kind of like the I like the mixture of vocals between what KB was doing on the song, whether it be the singing. He's got a really great singing voice. Um, whether it be like the falsetto tones he has mixed in there, or kind of his mid-range vocal tone. I think they meshed up really well together, so I like that. Also, he was doing like a little bit of rapping. I don't know he is particularly the rapper of Only One of, but I did like his rapping sections in the song. I feel like they were very dynamic, very fun. I think they fit the vibe of the track very well. Chorus really memorable. I like the kind of, again, swinginess of the chorus. Love the kind of like major key kind of tones of it. I thought it worked out really well. And it's got a great hook. So I definitely appreciate that. But Kaylee says Mill is the only rapper, but they all do kind of at some point. Okay, fair enough. I do remember reading that if I was looking back at my notes, but or the notes that Sarah wrote out for me. But it was interesting to kind of hear him do that in this group. So, or this song specifically, excuse me. So, very nice. Yeah, I would probably say so far this one's my favorite. I will be unabashed about that. I feel like this one worked out really well. So, listen, I reflected. It took me about like 0.5 seconds, and then I changed the tune. So I did it. That was big. I feel like I caught it in real time, you know? Okay, very nice. The next one we've got is Junji's Be Mind. So very nice. Sarah says it's a team effort. Me, Kaylee, and you too. It's all collective. Listen, the brain cell has been shared tonight. So very nice. All right, let's keep it moving. Listen, I'm cooking with the excuses tonight. I'm on something tonight, unfortunately. So that's probably on me. All right, Junji's Be Mine. Even though I keep trying to suppress my emotions, they keep coming back. It's like a convection current of emotion. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's check it out.
You let my spirit free 허락해 날 마음대로 너를 조각해도 너 It's about me 다 알아 너 두려움을 던져 We be mine 이 두근거림도 모두 닳아서 아스카의 의미 없질러지만 지금 너와 나에게 있어줘 절각의 hurry 나를 겨누면 눈이 서두르지 버리 yeah 벽에서 널 꺼내 당장 느꼈다가도 baby be mine 넌 나의 두 손에 태연하게 너를 만들어줄게 서서히 드러나는 너의 silhouette 널 만져도 돼 내 손 가는 대로 할래 yeah Baby you will be mine Baby you will be mine 버려진 작은 조각 사이 아슬아슬한 yeah 평범한 척너 It's yours 날 맡겨도 돼 Yeah I'm ready to be yours Take me away 우리 흐르고 원인을 다시 지우고 천천히 스며들어 일단 낯선 느낌을 사라지고 like What do you thought? What do you hurry? 지금부터 생각은 비워 어차피 빗어질걸 한숨을 토해내 손 죽인 넌 하지만 그대와 나 얽혀든 시선 속에 stay Baby baby mine 넌 나의 두 손에 태연하게 너를 만들어줄게 서서히 드러나는 너의 silhouette 널 만져도 돼 내 손 가는 대로 할래 yeah How you do it like you do it 마치는 벗겨진 veil 이루거나 쇼범만 너로 가득 찬 내 안에 deep breath 지고 다시 지고 반복 따윈 다시 놓서 엄마 솔로 쉬고도 참지 말고 think about you Let me get inside Baby we be mine 넌 나의 두 손에 태연하게 너를 만들어줄게 서서히 드러나는 너의 silhouette 계속해서 널 밝혀 아슬아슬한 순간을 이겨오길 바라 멈춰도 돼 We'll be mine 완벽하지 않아도 돼 yeah.
All right. This was Junji's Be Mine. Very nice. This was also good. I like this one as well. The beat was cool. I like the kind of like drum trails. Junji's voice is really good as well. Like I liked a lot. I feel like they've all consecutively gotten like more interesting. Which I appreciate. You know what I mean? I feel like the first song that we heard from Yu Jung was like a little bit more softer, but like chill in a good way. KB's was a little bit more of that step up and kind of having a little bit more of that energetic feel. So I like that. I feel like Junji's song more specifically was like the most like wow, okay, this has got kind of a great beat to it, kind of like the the vocals, the rapping, like it was all really succinct. So I really like that a lot. He's got a great voice as well. I like his kind of like ad libs and stuff. Um, and I think it definitely had some like moments of like R&B like stylization as well. I assume I would have to imagine some R&B artists definitely influences Junji's voice. But I really like this a lot. I think this was really really well executed. So I like this one a lot as well. Sarah says this one feels like a mix of EDM genres like future house and future bass and R&B pop. I was gonna say, yeah, definitely the R&B pop, especially with like the vocal stylization, the ad libs, felt very R&B influenced. Future house, like I said, I'm not as familiar with future house or future bass. It's probably genres that I wouldn't be opposed to getting into or like learning about, but I would definitely say I'm gonna trust your judgment on that. I probably have heard some future house or future bass K-pop songs, but I will have to do some research on that as well. But I definitely enjoyed this. This was 100% more like vibey, more interesting, more fun. So definitely enjoy this. This is cool. All right, very nice. We are gonna keep it moving. I believe the next one was Rie. So this one is Because, but we're gonna check out the text first. So let's see what we got here. I don't believe there needs to be just one form of love. The emotion we all feel towards our parents, the emotion we feel towards our cats and dogs, and there are all those emotions and wounds in the world. I don't believe there needs to be just one form of love. Very nice. This is sweet. All right, let's check out Because.
같은 세상이 텅빈 듯이 느껴져 When I get too far from you 숨쉬는 당연했던 게 어색해져 Is that because of you 어쩌면 모든 건 다 정해져 있어 마치 운명처럼 설명이 안 돼 마치 우주처럼 너도 나와 가길 think I love you 대체 뭘까 좀 혼란스러워 Know what I'm talking about 기억해 내 처음 내 전부 영원할 거야 난 네가 되고 넌 내가 된다면 결국 우리 하나가 돼 Call me by your name 그거면 돼 So baby just call me by your name Oh I know I just want to be your word Because I know I was born to be And I want to be the only
All right, very cool. This was Rie's Because. Very nice. A couple comments. Kaylee says, I love his voice a lot. Hey, let's go. Sarah says, this one makes me want to cry for some reason. It's like really bittersweet nostalgia. Interesting, interesting. Okay. I could see that. I can see that. Um, this was very nice. I think this one probably, um, this one I like the lyrics a lot on, and I not to say that the other lyrics have not been as good, but I definitely tried to do. I have been trying to do my due diligence on reading the lyricism for these songs, but I felt like this one definitely was more um resonant in that aspect, and also reading again that text at the beginning I think was also really cool as well. Like um I think it I definitely feel like there are some moments, especially like, you could have, this could be represented in a multitude of ways. Obviously, it seems like, from what I could gather, it's like your own personal perspective on how you feel like these songs are written, right? But I will say I feel like you can interpolate it in any way you prefer, whether it's a loved one, family member, a friend, a pet. Like I think there's many ways to kind of go about the song and kind of make it your own in that aspect. So I do appreciate that. Um, and as well, I feel like to me it was very nice to like. Obviously, Rie's voice is really great, and I think it really works well with this kind of more, I want to say like indie-ish rock, indie like pop rock kind of feel of the track. I think it works out really well. His voice is very suitable for that type of music, so I think it worked out. I think it worked out really well. I also like this that I feel like there's definitely some moments where I feel like he was doing a little pushing his voice a little bit more, to kind of really dig into that sort of emotionality of the track. But I also feel like as well, especially in the verses, like it was a little bit more reserved. It was a little bit more, I want to say shy in some ways, but like shy in like a nice way. Like I think it was like a little bit more sweet, right? Like the approach was a little bit more sweeter. And I definitely could tell that in sort of like the vocal stylization. So I thought that was really cool, and like I think it really suits the song very well. Um but yeah, I thought this one really worked out well. It's like kind of gives me like it kind of gives me like maybe early 2000s like pop rock kind of feel to it, you know what I mean? Like if you're thinking like kind of like a more like love, like a more love pop rock song, I feel like that kind of works. So um definitely felt a little bit of, I feel like I kind of feel the same way, to some degree, with Sarah's comment about it feeling nostalgic. So I thought this was pretty rad. I definitely enjoyed this. I probably put this one up there with I really enjoyed KB's Be Free, so I probably think that's still my favorite. This one is probably a close second so far. So very nice. We are keeping it moving. It looks like the next one we are doing is Mills Beat next. So we're gonna read the text and go from there. All right. It looks like we don't easily notice our hearts beating. Once in a blue moon, we feel our hearts beating when we are, when we actually put our hands on our hearts. But it's not like when we listen to the sound of our hearts on regular basis. The thing is, though, I generally felt my heart beating the moment I saw you. Ah, very nice. All right. Check it out.
Yeah, 차원이 달라 베레 지금 놀라 베레 비라 올라갈 준비해 Yeah, I wanna make it big wanna tell them 베레 지금 놀라 베레 비라 때론 세계로 join 손에 기어나던 랩보리 곁잡죠 미끄러운 잭슨 moonwalk Billy I'm stressed I don't breathe up 원한 다음 집어삼키지 너의 뒤를 take it like a thriller 머리를 휘날리며 몰아 vroom vroom zero back 터널하는 한순간에 cry rap on set 걸어줘 그 문을 보내며 처음 다른 trip 새로운 눈을 뜨고 let me know begin Feel so free 완한 손에 파도 eyes all open see 그 안에 진짜 차원이 달라 beat it beat it beat it beat it 지금 눌러 beat it beat up beat up beat up 올라갈 준비해 yeah I wanna make it beat wanna tell them beat it beat it beat it beat it 지금 눌러 beat it beat up beat up beat up 새로운 세계로 join 선을 그어 나던 레벨이 교차점 점점점 세계 중 하나 뻥 골라 1, 2, 3 시작된 power 현실이던 가상이던 내가 진 폼비 다 이겨는 싸움이야 갖다 버려 phobias hit the mismatch 어차피 결과는 안 봐도 real game 너 그리고 너 go get it bang bang any money more goes wanna that this yeah feel so free 완한 손에 파도 eyes all open see 그 안에 진짜 차원이 달라 beat it beat it beat it beat it 지금 눌러 beat it beat up beat up beat up 올라갈 준비해 yeah I wanna make it beat wanna tell them beat it beat it beat it beat it 지금 눌러 beat it beat up beat up beat up 새로운 세계로 join 선을 그어 나던 레벨이 교차 아무도 믿지 마 너만이 유일한 걸 어차피 여기다 이럴지 몰라 Lord all this fiction 겁먹지 마 You know how to play the roulette 있잖아 여기 모든 게 더 free We got this 차원이 달라 beat it beat it beat it beat it 지금 눌러 beat it beat up beat up beat up 올라갈 준비해 yeah I wanna make it beat wanna tell them beat it beat it beat it beat it 지금 눌러 beat it beat up beat up beat up 새로운 세계로 join 선을 그어 나던 레벨이 교차점
All right. This was Mill's Beat. Very nice. Kaylee says this song was my favorite from the series. Oh, okay. Very nice. I could see that. I could see that. I like this. This was probably the most different. I'm curious to hear what Nine's Beyond now is, but this was probably the most different out of all of them. I think it works out interestingly, I think pairing wise, you know what I mean? Like I think it's very interesting. Like I said, I feel like I'm almost choosing these like I'm almost listening to these songs not as like two separate songs, but I'm thinking of them as like a pair. Like how do they work well together? You know, obviously musically they're probably a little bit different. Storyline wise, obviously they're more together on that aspect. But I felt like this one's interesting. I think it kind of sets up, you know, I feel like the two songs aren't like always interchangeably the same thing, but it's been cool to see kind of like the juxtaposition between the two songs. And I feel like that's probably going to be no different with this one. I will say the rapping on this was really fun. I feel like Mill, obviously being the main rapper of the group, I think was really fun. He's got a cool like vocal tone that I really like. As well as that, I thought the beat was also really interesting as well. Like these really kind of like more like I wouldn't say sawtoothy, but definitely more like distorted, a little bit fuzzy sort of like synth tones that they were using in this. I thought they were very interesting from a musical perspective. But yeah, I enjoy it. Very aggressive, more a little bit more in your face. So I thought that was a cool juxtaposition. So very interesting, very interesting. Sarah says if I was Mill, I would also be in love with Nine. This is my favorite pairing of all the videos. Ah, very nice, very nice. All right, you and Kaylee are on the same page. So very nice. All right, we're gonna get into I believe the last one of the pairing, which is Nine's Beyond. So we're gonna check out the text first and then go to the song. All right. It says, "How did our music reach you? Who are far away? How did our small melody created in Korea reach you? Who are the others who are on the other side of the world, to all the lovers of the world who do not feel like they've been given the blessing, we hope our music will comfort you and cheer you up. We hope you'll dream the same dream as us. Ah, that's very nice. We love to see it. All right, let's get into Nines Beyond.
얼어붙은 입술이 갈라져 빽빽 말라버린 내 맘에 한 줄기의 너란 빛이 내려 조그맣게 너가 맺혀 어제와 오늘이 다르게 뿌리 내려 내 맘에 자꾸 거슬려 느낌이 달라 손을 잡아 눈을 감아 Dance with me, dance with me 아직 잘은 모르지 마지막 발을 맞춰 춤을 춰줘 저긴 없어 no nothing beyond this 차가워진 공기 속 나의 입김 으로 따뜻하게 맘을 녹여줄게 yeah. 시들어버린 거라니까 자꾸 너에게만 노니까 불안하게 만드는 거야 왜 시계반으로 왜 느리게 돌아 말로 표현은 잘 못하겠지만 Baby I wanna make your mind 내게 맺어봐 얼음이라 피어나는 꽃처럼 baby 내 마음에 너를 피워줘 저기 멀리 꽃을 피워 빨리 내게 winter come again 미쳐 flow 빠져온 척들 매일매일 미쳐 color 내가 널 볼 수 있게 해줄래 flower oh don't the flower 이 밤은 우리를 가리지 못해 눈을 가려도 자꾸 너가 보여 차가운 네 눈이 나를 삼켜 향기가 날 어지럽게 취해서 취한 널 채취 네가 나를 쳐다볼 때 끝까지 간지러 God bless 이제 내게 눈을 떠요 여기 내 옆에 누워서 나와 같은 꿈을 꿔줘 겨울이 찾아오면 나의 입김으로 내가 너를 활짝 비워줄게 시들어버린 거라니까 자꾸 너에게만 노니까 불안하게 만드는 거야 왜 시계바늘을 손으로 돌려서 또 빨리 너를 보고 싶어서 Baby you can take my time 내게 맺어봐 얼음이라 피어나는 꽃처럼 baby 내 마음에 너를 피워줘 저기 멀리 꽃을 피워 빨리 내게 winter come again 미쳐 flow 빠져온 척들 매일매일 미쳐 color 내가 널 볼 수 있게 해줄래 flower oh it's the flower
Very nice, very nice. All right, that was Nines Beyond. If you're hanging out for the Only One of deep dive, appreciate you. Part 2. Um, I enjoyed this one a lot. I think if I can really narrow down my favorites from the 3 solo songs, I would probably say Beyond, Be Free, and I Liked Because. I think those 3 were my favorites, the solos. Junji's was also very good. I'll give him an honorable mention. But speaking of Nines Beyond, I just feel like it just really worked. I like that kind of more like funky pop like beat. I feel like I'm just a sucker for that type of genre within K-pop. So I feel like it already had a little bit of a leg up in that aspect. But Nine's also got a really phenomenal voice. I like that, like, in the verses, you kind of got like his more somber vocal tone, and then in the chorus he's really kind of able to do a little bit more of like his like higher mid-range tone, which I thought was really nice. I think the combination between those two things were really really well orchestrated. um I also just felt like the groove really worked, like his voice kind of just like you know flew throughout the song in like a really nice way. And I feel like it like the genre is like most suitable to what he could do vocally, so I thought that was really incredible. But um I really enjoyed this one a lot, and I liked a little bit of the ad lib stuff towards the end of the song. I thought that was really cool too. But yeah, I felt like overall, like vibes, this one definitely rates very highly in my opinion. I feel like he's just got like a good groove, and like the way that he was kind of able to stylize his voice just really kind of pushed the song in such a really great direction. So, yeah, I would say, like I said, KB's Be Free, Rie's Because, and Nine's Beyond. I feel like were my ones that I was like, ooh, I really liked all of these, and I was really vibing. So very nice. Sarah says, I think this one might be my favorite. Very nice. Nine is incredible. When I saw them live, he like really stood out. I'm sure. I'm sure he's definitely got some. He's definitely got the charisma. So I for sure see that. So very nice. All right, we are keeping it schmoving tonight. The next one we've got is Soul Collection. Only One of releases their fifth mini album, Soul Collection, on March 2nd of 2023. Wow, day after my birthday. Very nice. With the title track Soul Drift. The album explores stories of young people hurt by others while wandering around Seoul. KB and I once again helped in the creation of the album, contributing to writing, composition, arrangement on all 7 of the album songs. Wow. Okay. Very nice. And as per usual, going to be reading the text first. Um, just because there's light doesn't mean that there's always hope. Seoul is a city of brilliant lights. Underneath those lights, there are also young people who have been hurt by others and who are wandering along the dotted line of lostness. Excuse me, I can't read tonight. The new album, which Only One of has a comeback as a group after a year, named So Collection for a reason. The members have sung the dreams and hopes of young minorities by presenting Underground Idol, the diary of youths, 1 year after another last year. The reason the stories were woven together with the voices of all 6 members this time is the album captures the story of Soul's loneliness and solitude and those who are hurt in the city. The title track "Soul Drift" starts the engine of the song with a car exhaust sound synthesizer line racing forward. The loneliness and wandering aren't painted with silent darkness; rather, they are sped up to the verge of hallucination and their very limit. They raced and to extend that they can no longer keep up and get exhausted. The song of left field based genre puts together Seoul's glamorous lights and the dark reality on the city's other side as music. Seoul is now one of the most prominent cities in the world. K-pop has become a genre that not only Koreans listen to. Everything in the city has become more glamorous and bustling, but that doesn't mean everyone is happy. Only One of always sings about loneliness, pain, or the stories of those whose love isn't blessed. We often simply brush them off as something minor, but they are stories that someone should embrace. Only One of hopes that there will be an unknown God's blessing in their difficult steps being taken, or in these difficult steps being taken, excuse me, and there will be blessings from our fans whom we appreciate and whose names may not know. Very nice. Okay. Um, I feel like that's very sweet. I love that they always show love to their fan base. So that's great. All right, let's get into Soul Drift then. Check it out.
gotta take away we up, yeah, ayy. 잡힐 듯 말 듯 chase ya, baby. 자유로워 make the bass up. 바람을 다 던져내봐, 속도를 올려 들어와 honey. 정답은 on the road, break the rules on the wall. 날 좀 painless, no stress, I'm endless. 이 도시에 펴진 연기는 it don't make sense, I made it. Canvas, 맞춰진 내 aim shoot. 네가 걷는 공구 위로 탈춤 don't ever famous, I'm famous. Speed up rocket보다 빨리. I got bars where I'm always whole drift. Yeah, yeah. 내 자신을 꺼내놨지. Step up 직진. 자, 너를 끌어들여. Soul drift. 나 나만 보고 driving like round, 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 yeah, yeah. 우리는 엇갈린 circle. 정답은 나고 내 끌리는 길로. 비껴가는 high beat, but I ain't got no feel, yeah, yeah, yeah. 우리는 빛이 되어 get more freedom. 정답은 나고 내 끌리는 길로. The way you're going is the real. 여긴 soul drift. Fire on my back, there's no time to wait. 불안밤처럼 we're born this way, baby. Can't take your eyes on me, 그러면 난 got you. Tell me if you want it to. Now it's mine. 나만 보이는 hidden light. 그 결대로 drive Speed up rocket보다 빨리. Like a boss where I'm always on drift. Yeah, yeah. 내 자신을 가리맞지. Step on 직진. 자, 너를 끌어들여. Soul drift. 나만 보고 driving like round, 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 yeah, yeah. 우리는 엇갈린 circle. 정답은 나고 내 끌리는 길로. 비껴가는 high beat, but I ain't got no feel, yeah, 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 yeah. 우리는 빛이 되어 get more freedom. 정답은 나고 내 끌리는 길로. The way you're going is so real. 여긴 soul drift. 어린 알지 못해. 그 속은 복잡할 뿐이야. 그대로 괜찮아. 우리는 완전한 하나의 formula. 저 신기루의 환상처럼 나타나는 매 순간에 너를 던져. 왜곡될수록 더 선명하게. 걷다란 속도 짧아 바꾼 slow show. 이 다른 new road. 정답은 나고 내 끌리는 길로. The way you're going is the real. 여긴 soul drift. Singing yeah, 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 yeah. 우리는 빛이 되어 get more freedom. 정답은 나고 내 끌리는 길로. The way you're going is the real. 여긴 soul drift.
All right, very cool. This was OnlyOneOf's Soul Drift. Very interesting. Very interesting. Um, I would agree. It's definitely got that very like. It does kind of sound like a vehicle, which is wild. I didn't think it would. I didn't think that the. I didn't think the synth tones would match that very well, but I can hear it now, and now that I'm listening to the song, I can't unhear it, which is kind of insane. Sarah says this song is my style, but it's also so shallow. There's like no real depth to real depth to end it. I agree. I feel like this song is very interesting. Like the backstory of the song, I think is great. Like I said earlier, I do appreciate their attention to detail on that, and obviously highlighting stories that work out really well. Um, I think for me, like I enjoyed a lot of the aspects of the song. I feel like the synth choice was really good. I think like the vocals on this were really impeccable. Um, a lot of those like layered vocals I thought were really cool. Like I think they chose like interesting melodies, and I appreciate that. I also really enjoyed Mill's rapping on this as well. I feel like I didn't. Obviously, I talked about him in Beat being his solo song on this deep dive. But I really like his tone. I feel like his rapping tone is really stood out to me that much more so. So I liked elements of that. I think I know Junji did some rapping, if I'm not mistaken, which was also really cool. But I enjoyed this. I think this was fun. I think the thing that hurts this song is the production. I think this song, given how aggressive it is and how I would imagine how dynamic the song should be, it does feel, I feel like Sarah absolutely nailed it in terms of the shallowness of the song. I think that like the I feel like there's like really hardly any bass tone in this song, or like I feel like if this song was to be remade now, I think a really cool like synth bass tone would be really sick, or like maybe like a more like grittier sort of bass tone would work really well, because I know they're going for more of that like hardened edge on this type of song. But I think that the problem with this song, to me at least, is like if it had the dynamics, I think this would probably be one of their best songs in my opinion. I just liked the melody. I liked a lot of the elements of the song going on. I just feel like because the way that the song feels dynamically, it does hurt this track greatly. It doesn't have as much punch where I feel like it could have had. The ending was really sick as well, and I feel like if you're gonna build up to that ending and have it be like a dynamic piece of the track and you're not able to deliver on it, it kind of feels like, you're at the finish, you're getting close to the finish line, but you finish just short of it. You know what I mean? Like all the pieces were there, and it makes me sad that what the song could have been, certainly with maybe just some fresh set of ears. So if Only One of was to redo this song, I feel like with like 2026 thought process, I feel like if they didn't really even change anything, they just added some more like lower end, this could have been a big hit in my opinion. So I'm a little disappointed, honestly. I feel like this could have been a good song. And not to say that it isn't, but I do feel like it does lack that depth that I was looking for in this type of song. So which it pains me to say. I honestly feel like this could have been good. So yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you think that is, if you feel that is the same way with you. If not, that's, hey, that's everyone's personal preference. So, all right, I guess we'll keep it moving then. The next one we've got is Things I Can't Say Love. OnlyOneOf announces their sixth mini album, Things I Can't Say Love, on December 14th of 23. The album was released on January 14th of 2024 with the title track Dopamine. Oh, okay. All right, we'll read the text first and then go from there. All right. The unbecoming long titled album will mark the peak of the musical direction that OnlyOneOf has built up so far. Lovers who feel their love isn't blessed, feelings that had been hidden and concealed. What is often called the minor path of love is brought to life and expressed through songs. The well-made dance tracks of OnlyOneOf delicately add up layer by layer. The song "Dopamine" refers to the excitement and pleasure of being in love. It is a song about the love that one unknowingly falls into. As a UK drum and bass genre, the song captivates listeners with the addictive melodies that continue in repetition. Another track, "Oh," highlights the boyish charms of OnlyOneOf with the refreshing sounds like the music of Pocari Sweat. The music of a Pocari Sweat commercial. Also, "Circle" is a track with dope sounds, further solidifying the unique style of OnlyOneOf's under the leadership of Hail, who has been directing OnlyOneOf's music so far. Created by Nine, the member of OnlyOneOf, the track "Gravity" showcases Nine's prowess as a producer, expressing the shifts in emotion that are pulled in like gravity through a flowing melody. After the web drama "Bump Up Business," where every member broadened their acting spectrum and expanded their worldview beyond music, OnlyOneOf is returned to their main job in a long time with the release of Things I Can't Say. The comeback once again proves why OnlyOneOf has steadily built the dedicated fan base overseas. Very nice. A couple comments here before we jump in. Kaylee says, "Yeah, dopamine." And Kaylee also said top 5 songs for me that year. Wow. Okay. And then Sarah says this song is definitely a favorite. Wow. All right. High marks. High marks. Let's keep it moving.
Oh yeah, no, oh yeah. 내 머릿속을 내주고 널 보면 깨어나는 you're on. Share the town, but you got 사랑이란 환상이란 give up. Nobody know broke my heart. 내 몸이 건조했던 나를 순간 전부 날 완성해. 더 깊이 빠져들어가자. 날 점점 빠지게 된다 해도 I can't control, I lose control. 혈관에 도는 adrenaline. Frozen blood, touching 둘만의 reaction. Feel it, 화원한 emotion. 자극적인 순간을 원해 난 어린 dance, 끝없는 갈증. 넌 나의 도파민, 도파민. 내 온몸에 퍼져가, 퍼져가. Addict, addict, you're addict, addict. 아름다워. 넌 나의 도파민, 도파민. 이 숨을 끊어놔, 끊어놔. Addict, addict, you're addict, addict. 저리 부리러 가. 심장이 뛰는 게 느껴져. 구름을 걷는 것처럼 발끝부터 다 가벼워. 똑같은 이 기분. 완벽한 visual stimuli. 두 눈을 뗄 수가 없어 난. 잠시도 다른 건 집중할 수 없게 어지러워. 온종일 더 깊이 오르나가면 벗어날 수 없게 될 걸 알아. I can't control, I lose control. 멈출 수 없는 adrenaline. 세포에 새겨 touching 둘만의 reaction. Feel it, 화원한 emotion.
Great pre-chorus of the song.
자극적인 순간을 원해 난 어린 dance, 끝없는 갈증. 넌 나의 도파민, 도파민. 내 온몸에 퍼져가, 퍼져가. Addict, addict to your love. Addict, addict. 아름다워. 넌 나의 도파민, 도파민. 이 숨을 끊어놔, 끊어놔. Addict, addict to your love. Addict, addict. 날 이리로 가. 너를 원해 난. I see your pop, 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 up all night. 짜릿해져가. Feel like can't sleep 이라쳐. You're my only one. 날 웃게 만드는 건 OnlyOne. 모든 게 미로운 너라면 이렇다 때렸다 주체할 수도 없는 맘이 멈춰도 돼. 터치 새로운 reaction. Feel it, 깔려는 emotion. 자극적인 감정을 원해 난 More intense. So crazy. 넌 나의 도파민, 도파민. 내 온몸에 퍼져가, 퍼져가. Addict, addict to your love. Addict, addict. 아름다워. 넌 나의 도파민, 도파민. 내 성을 끊어놔, 끊어놔. Addict, addict to your love. Addict, addict. 나를 이뤄가.
Ooh. All right. This was only one of's dopamine. Very nice. Sarah says opening this album in public was one of the most experiences I've had in the past couple years. That's crazy. I feel like you need to elaborate now. This was cool. I like the kind of UK drum and bass vibe of this one. Obviously, they did say that in the text. Otherwise, I don't even know what genre I would have named it. Honestly, I would have been like, oh yeah, it definitely feels like a drum and bass. But I really enjoyed this. I think this is really fun. Obviously, the song itself really well executed. I think, like I said, comparatively to the song that I heard previously, I feel like Soul Drift was good. Like I said, if it had the production of this, like it definitely would be a top contender, certainly. But I felt like this one was just so much fun. Like the way that they say addicted, I didn't think I was gonna be like, ah, yeah, like this has got such a good like ring to it, right? And then like I was like, we got to the second chorus, I was like, I think it's working. And then by the third chorus, I was like, I felt like I was already like memorizing that melody pattern in my head. So I got to give them a lot of credit. I think they absolutely nailed it in that aspect. I also really enjoyed a lot of the vocals on this. I think there was definitely some moments where, given like the natural like faster BPM of the song, I was like, are they really gonna have like some like interesting vocal parts? And I felt like this one definitely had some like cool moments where I think the different members kind of like interchangeably kind of cut into each other in like a good way. Where I was like, ooh, I got to hear like a little bit of like, one member, and then I got to hear a little bit of another member. So I felt like, to me, it just kind of worked out really well. Like, definitely heard some parts from like Rie, and I heard stuff from like Yujong, and I heard stuff from Nine. So it was like people that I obviously have become a little bit more familiarized with. It was really interesting to hear like different members kind of pop out in and out of the song, and I'm like, oh wow, that's so cool, and really kind of makes it more like dynamically fun. And I think, to me, it would be an interesting song to kind of like, again, go through and listen to again and be like, oh wow, I actually heard like Junji's part, or I heard KB's part. Like, I thought that I think that would be a really cool thing, and I may have to go do that in the foreseeable future. But really fun song, really memorable, really upbeat. Definitely one of my favorites that I've heard from them so far. Cannot say much better things about this one. So Sarah says, you think they're naked in this video? You should see the oh god. I'm sure. They're doing their best Canadian tuxedo. Like, most of them are rocking a Canadian tuxedo. I'm here for it, minus like the shirt, the shirt underneath. I gotta say, they're shredded. they are for sure shredded. So kudos to them. I don't know if I'll ever get that shredded, but I listen. Respect is where respect is from. So I feel like you gotta show the love. No Santa, hello. What's going on? Very nice, very nice. We are keeping it moving. The next one we've got is Stay. OnlyOneOf released their 5th digital single, Stay. It was released on February 5th of last year in 2025. Rie did not participate in this release due to his military enlistment. This was their last release under 8D Entertainment. In the future, the group is unclear, as Rie, Yujong, and Junji are all currently enlisted, and Mill is pursuing an acting career. Interesting. All right. Let's check out Stay then. Did they? No, they didn't do. Okay, they didn't do any text. I look up for 1 second, and I see no Santa's comment. What are we walking into? What am I walking into? And then Sarah says, they're gay, naked, and horny. Welcome to OnlyOneOf. God damn it. Anyway, let's check out Stay.
둘, 셋. 안녕하세요. 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 셋. 안녕하세요. 저희는 OnlyOneof입니다.
This song does not. No, sorry, that was one song short.
하나 둘씩 여길 떠나. Don't you go 참아 못한 말. 지나갔던 모든 기억 숨이 찰 정도로 소중해 난. I'm still in 미로에 시간이란 건 참 기묘해. 했다고 설득지만 영원할 거란 걸 알아. It will carry on. 우린 너 모르봐 말했잖아. We be kiss up baby. 단 하나의 꿈 그곳에 stay. 너의 별이 될게. I'll be stay. 잠들었을 때 내 꿈에 와줘. 넌 어때? Let me stay. 너의 마음속에 Just still 거기 있으면 돼. 너는 나 이제나 billion time. 머물러줄래 baby cause I want you to stay. 너는 나 이제나 billion time. Wherever you are 너의 마음속에 It's because of you. closer with you. You know that I know that's not even can control. 이런 눈이 내리던 날 내 손끝에 꼭 날 녹여주던 너. 꽤 긴 시간 지났지만 난 지금도 Will we carry on. 우리 너머를 봐. 말했잖아 Maybe cause baby 단 하나의 꿈 그곳에 stay 너의 별이 될게 I'll be stay 잠들었을 때 내 꿈에 와줘 넌 어때 Let me stay 너의 마음속에 Just stay 거기 있으면 돼 이런 million nights and a billion times 머물러줄래 baby cause I want it to stay Million nights and a billion times We're everywhere 너의 맘속에 보이지 않는 그곳에 적어왔던 나의 모든 말들 그 시처럼 우리가 사랑했던 If you come tonight 나 말해줄 거야 내가 뭐라도 난 너와 같을 걸 알아 baby you got my desire You set me fire Oh Do you want me to stay I want you to stay Stay 잠들었을 때내 꿈에 와줘 넌 어때 Let me stay 너의 맘속에 Just stay 거기 있으면 돼 이런 million nights and a billion times Million nights and a billion times We'll everywhere 너의 맘속에
All right, very nice. This was Only One of's Stay. Very nice, very nice. Is this Sarah could correct me if I'm wrong. Is this like would this be considered like a fan song or like I know sometimes groups release like, you know, a closing out song. Obviously, I'm not sure if it's uh that okay, it is a fan song. All right, cool. Thank you. Um I enjoyed this. I think this was probably I'll be a little transparent. I feel like this was probably one of my favorite fan songs that I've listened to. I enjoyed the kind of like more like upbeat, more like rock y sort of direction that it took. I thought that was really nice. Their vocals sounded really incredible on this as well. Um, they've like I said, they've got I've gotten to know them over these two parts, and I feel like vocally, like this was a really well put together song. Like there's some like highs and lows in terms of the like instrumentation and stuff. And I really feel like it had like a really nice, fun, like dynamic piece to their voice. Um, some of them were doing like some ad libs towards the end of the song, which was really beautiful as well. And like I said, it pays a lot of homage to their fans. I feel like that's always a beautiful sentiment to uh I hopefully it's not an ending point for them, but I feel like a lot of the times like it's cool to see them really, you know, I'm sure that they have shown love to their fans over the years. But I felt like this one felt like a really dynamic piece that in my opinion, I feel like would stand out among some of some of their other catalog, which is really nice. I felt like it wasn't really like there's really no frills to the song. Of it felt very straightforward, but I feel like the way that they put it together, or the way that the arrangement went with it, was just really well put together. So I gotta give them a lot of credit. So I enjoyed this one. I feel like far more than I thought I was going to. So, which is awesome. So very nice. All right. We are keeping it moving. Looks like the next one we've got is QQQ or Torres Q. Hopefully I've got that correct. On December 21st at 25, an Instagram account was opened for the project QQQ, consisting of members of Only One of KB9, as well as former member Love. I think we did. I know we did check out one of. No, I think we did. No pun intended. I think we did check out a We did check out a QQQ song, if I'm not mistaken. Who would be going by his real name, Jisung. The name QQQ is a play off of Only One Of, which we all know is OOO. The members plan to continue the same artistic vision of Only One Of. On January 27th and 26th, the group teased their first mini album, Q Torres Q, which was released with the title track Uncool on February 26th. Sarah says, yes, checking that song out led to this deep dive. Yes, I do remember this one. So, all right, cool. Well, now I know the reasoning and now I know the information. So, we are going to check out Uncool again. So, let's give it a listen.
춤을 춰 기타 지겹다면 좀 느껴봐 내 자유로워 디자이너 한 멈춰기의 멜로디 Oh my god Okay I'm sorry new 바꿔내 하나 둘 아무 쓸데없는 전부 no matter what they gon' do 무시해버렸다 Replay 미쳐 보일 때까지 춤을 춰 기타 지겹잖아 똑같은 거 색다른 걸 기다려 계속돼 like a parody oh my god It's so cool 깨고 싶어 Hey talking cool Yeah 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 비싼 거 Make me so ugly 다 고쳐 Make me so ugly Oh so much Make me so ugly So ugly So ugly 잊고 지나가 내 사랑했던 것 마음속 깊숙이 찔러놓은 날 것 흐려져가 like 뭔가를 놓친 듯해 난 기다려 rainbow side 난 나를 찾으려 해 trying to ignore 춤을 춰 기타 지겹잖아 똑같은 거 색다른 걸 기다려 계속돼 like a parody oh my god I mean so cool 깨고 싶어 Hey touching a cool Yeah 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 비싼 거 Make me so ugly 다 고쳐 Make me so ugly Oh so much Make me so ugly So ugly So ugly Just one Wake up 난 계속 예뻐 예뻐 매 순간이 자유롭길 바래 차올수록 마음은 더 허전해 Big word Wake up 예뻐 예뻐 Your lady so cool Bring me home if you so lonely Make you love me never be ugly Yeah 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 비싼 거 Make me so ugly 다 고쳐 Make me so ugly Oh so much Make me so ugly So ugly So ugly
All right, this was QQQ Uncool. If you're hanging, thanks for hanging for the Only One Of deep dive part dos. This was great. I feel like now it makes more sense. Not to say that I feel like I talked very positively about this song. I do enjoy it. I feel like I enjoy it more now that I have the added context of the group and everything. And obviously now I'm more familiarized with KB9 and Love. So that was cool. No pun intended. But I thought this was great. I like the kind of like alternative feel of this song. I think it's really fun. The chorus in this song has got such a great hook. I love the hook in this song. It's super, super fun. It's kind of got like a little bit of a I guess more of like an upbeat, like Porter Robinson sort of feel. I'm trying to think of other artists in that genre that kind of do that, like more like indie, alternative sort of like uh pop music, right? Like I feel like it kind of hits that niche super well. Um, I also feel like this one would just like hit live. I feel like it definitely has that type of song that on first listen I really enjoyed, but like I said, I feel like now listening to it for a second time with like fresh ears and more of a idea, idea of what we listened to previously. I feel like this one definitely has like really, really good like live energy to it. Like I imagine the song would just pop live. So I love that as well. I also really enjoyed the combination between KB and Nine. I feel like their voices are really work really well together, and obviously love. I feel like I I feel like I'm getting refamiliarized with his voice. Obviously things have changed since he was in the group, but um, it's cool to hear their voices together. I feel like they mesh up really well. I don't feel like anybody kind of I don't feel like anybody really hits like their like each other's like vocal tones. Like I feel like they're all very varied, and if they do kind of sit in the same vocal tone, I feel like their actual like the tonality of like how they sing are all very differently. So I don't feel like I would ever feel like, oh wow, one's overstepping on the other. I feel like they work really well in conjunction to each other. So I definitely love that. But yeah, just a fun album. I will have to check out this mini album now that I've listened to Uncool twice now. So I will have to give it a listen because I did really enjoy this as a title track, but I did not check the release out. So I will have to go do that now. So very cool. Thank you, Sarah. We are keeping it moving, and we're actually moving into OST territory. The first one we are doing is Into You. This was from The Sweet Blood. What a name. This was released on May 19th of 21. KB Love and Rie released the OST Into You for their web series The Sweet Blood. So, very nice. Sarah says, I love this song. I'm glad they're back with a musical string identity. Please keep your eyes peeled. If you know, you know. Ooh, okay. Very nice. All right. Let's get into the song then.
너의 모습 그리고 난 너의 향기 떠올려 점점 빠져들고 있어 더 이상 don't tell me about it 바라보기만 했다 난 내게 끌렸다 너의 모든 걸 전부 가지고 싶어 너에게 취했나봐 Set me free, just set me free 네가 뭔데 날 흔들어와 헤어나올 수조차 없어 난 원해 down 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 너의 모든 게넌 내게 down 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 넘지 못하게 Into the night night 날 아무도 모르게 난 너에게 빠져들겠어 참 나는 너의 모든 게 난 그래 다 갖고 싶은데 내게 다가와 멀어지지 마 It's alright 내게 가까이 갈수록 슬퍼하고 널 바라봐 웃어봐 내게 내 맘 자꾸 약해지잖아 욕심을 부려 너에게 나도 모르게 담아고 있어 너의 모든 걸 이미 들킨 거 알아 Everything my everything 네가 뭔데 날 미치게 해 헤어나오지 못하게 난 원해 down 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 너의 모든 게넌 내게 down 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 넘지 못하게 Into the night night 날 아무도 모르게 난 너에게 빠져들겠어 참 나는 너의 모든 게 난 그래 다 갖고 싶은데 control 나를 미치게 만들어 You know you drive me crazy babe 난 원해 down 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 너의 모든 게넌 내게 down 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 막지 못하게 Into the night 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 아무도 모르게 난 너에게 빠져들겠어 탐나는 너 너의 모든 게 난 그래 다 갖고 싶은데 내게 다가와 멀어지지 마 It's alright time
All right. Very cool. This was Only One of's KB, Love, and Rie doing the song Into You. Very interesting. A couple of comments here. Sarah says, the awful makeup, I swear to God. This is also the second group we've covered who did an OST for a show where Jiwon is a gay vampire. And Andy says, oh my God, I wasn't expecting Jiwon to appear. Listen, I feel like you underestimate Sarah if you feel that Jiwon or anyone from ZB1 would not show up in another stream. Like as soon as I saw him, I was like, God damn it! Like I was like, there would never be a moment where I feel like if Sarah could insert ZB1 or like a Boys Planet connection. I was gonna say a Boys Planet connection into another deep dive stream that they've done. I will quit because I feel like they almost always find a way, which is incredible on their part. I first of all, I need to know. Do Korean people have like an obsession with like vampires? Like I don't know. I feel like I mean obviously I can't speak on that, but it is very interesting. I will say at least for the song itself was good. I did enjoy the song. They obviously did an incredible job. Also like if he's a vampire, like he was out like during the day when he like die, like I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't be reading into a TV series like that, but or like a web series, excuse me, but I'm like if you're a vampire, you shouldn't even be out or like you should have like your face covered or I don't know. That's the only lore I know about vampires, so I feel like they would just burn up in the sun, you know? Let's see a couple comments here. Sarah says I just find them everywhere. Kaylee says ZB1 is how Sarah rickrolls brand. That is true. That is true. Sarah says that show did not. I don't know what give a fuck. Sorry. I was like, did not gay? I was like, they did not. Kaylee says stereotyping. Listen, I don't know any vampires, but I feel like I've watched enough. My girlfriend has showed me enough vampire movies and shows to I feel like I at least have an opinion on it. So if you are a vampire and you are can go in the sun, please hit my DMs up. Thank you. That's it. That was my TED Talk. Anyway, I thought this was very good. I definitely liked it. I feel like I was almost certainly confused by kind of like the stylization of the song because I feel like a lot of times like OSTs are not like this fun and inviting, and that's not to be discredited towards like any OST. I feel like OSTs are always really fun to listen to, but I feel like the song itself and the vibe was really good, and I appreciate that. And maybe it is maybe because it's a web series as opposed to like an actual like show like TV show on TV. I thought it was very good. I really enjoyed. I'm pretty sure Rie was doing a lot of those like higher vocal notes, either that or was Love. I don't believe that KB has that like high of a register, but they were incredible. I definitely really enjoyed their voice in that. But yeah, overall, I thought this was pretty solid. So enjoyed it. Kaylee says LOL to my to my comment about the vampires. Sarah says, I think I think the only Korean vampires things I've seen are with Jiwon. Fair enough. And No Santa says, yeah, we all know they just sparkle. Yeah, listen, I watched Twilight, so I get it. I know what they look like. I mean, I hope that they not all look like Robert Pattinson, but I don't know. Who knows? Oh, all right. Well, this took a turn in an interesting direction, but here we are. Sarah says we all know Mormon vampires. No, Sarah says I know what you are. How did we get here? I used to know you so well. Anyway, let's see. No says, or excuse me, Andy says it's the skin of Killer Bread. Oh boy, this is crazy. I love this. All right, very very nice. We're keeping it moving. The next is Bump Up Business. Wow, what a name. Uh, OnlyOneOf made 2 songs for the OST drama Bump Up Business, which starred Mill and Nine as the main couple with the other members in supporting roles. The song are Evergreen, released on October 20th of 23, and Love Me, released on October 27th. Nine released the solo OST Stay in My Love as well on November 3rd. Very nice. All right. I guess we are checking out the next 3 from Bump Up Business. So check it out.
눈을 감으면 네가 떠올라 꿈에서 깨고 싶지가 않아 창문을 열면 불어오는 바람을 타고 온 네 목소리가 날 깨우는 것 같아 예쁘다 참 예쁘다 말로는 부족한걸 어쩌다 나 어쩌다 이렇게 너에게 빠졌는지 너의 미소는 초록빛깔의 포즈 인생은 나눠와 너와 만나기 전후 그래 너를 찾아 어린 내같이 헤매도 너를 닮은 계절 속에 있을게 나를 볼 수 있게 넌 나의 evergreen 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 늘 푸른 나무 같아 baby 넌 나의 evergreen 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 시원한 그늘이 돼줄게 변하지 않은 건 지금 너와 나 단 하나뿐인 걸 You're my everything 빛나고 있는 걸 지금 이 순간 단 하나뿐인 넌 나의 evergreen
그렇지 않아 난 폭염주의보 신경 쓰이지 않아 호우주의보 또한 너가 있는 곳이라면 어디든지 봄이라도 너가 있으면 like a boy
Like a boy 어젯밤 꿈 속에서 그린 그림 속 주인공은 바로 너 당연하잖아 그리고 그 옆에 뿌리 깊은 나무같이 언제나 네 곁에 지킬게 예쁘다 참 예쁘다 말로는 부족한걸 어쩌다 나 어쩌다 이렇게 너에게 빠졌는지 텅빈 마음속에 예고 없이 찾아온 건 유매 말랐던 심장이 다시 한번 지펴 불 지금부터 너라는 끝으로 가득 채워 너가 옆에 있기에 나 쉴 수 있으니까 숨어 넌 나의 evergreen 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 늘 푸른 나무 같아 baby 넌 나의 evergreen 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 시원한 그늘이 돼줄게 여름 가을 겨울 다 지나도 변하지 않는
Good vocal layer there.
시들어가
All right, very cool. This was Evergreen from Only One of. Very nice. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this. I would assume, and Sarah can correct me if I'm wrong, was this just Mill and Nine vocally on this song? Because I obviously heard Mill's rap section, but I didn't know if whether or not it was just them two that contributed. I didn't hear anybody else that I was familiar with. Okay, very nice. Thank you, Sarah. I enjoy this. Like I said, I've been low key enjoying Nine's vocals. I feel like he's got such a cool, like very warming sort of vocal tone. So I really have liked him and not only I feel like in the solo songs I've listened to, but really trying to discern his voice a little bit more. So I definitely like that. I liked Mill's little rap section. I thought that was really nice as well. Kind of wish he had a little bit more. I know. Yeah, I would assume he helped out with some of the singing as well on this track, but I kind of wish he got like another part in a song like later on, like kind of maybe towards the end. I thought that would have been really cool. But it's a very nice track. I feel like like I said, I feel like the way that they stacked the vocals were really nice. Bridge was another favorite part of my song, part of this song that I really enjoyed. So I definitely like that. Elementation. And I feel like the melody choice again in that section was really good too. But yeah, I thought this one was very solid. Good time, very chill. And I think it worked well for like the show. So 2 thumbs up. Enjoyed it. All right. We are keeping it moving. It looks like the next one is Love Me. So we will be checking that one out as well.
눈빛이 따스히 감싸올 때 내 마음 깊이 스며드는 너라는 섬수 편선 너머에 짙은 색으로 묻은 너와 yeah. 화려하지 않게 넌 조용히 빛나 always 내게 말해도 돼 그저 꺼내지 않던 말 I wanna fall in love with you 내게 조금만 마음을 연다면 Oh baby with you 하늘 아래 모든 게 우릴 비추는 것 같아 파도 소리는 음악이 돼 어때 이 순간에 I'm with you Falling you 넌 내 맘에 번져가 계속 번져가 마치 저녁 노을처럼 들어가 여기 너와 나 붉어진 저 하늘처럼 Love me love me love me now Oh love me love me love me now Oh 손이 맞닿을 때 왼손 곳에 달이 떠올라 우리 비춰줘 더 밝게 이 순간 여기 너와 나 더 빠르게 없는 지금 Love me love me love me now Oh love me love me love me now Whoa, 내가 날 꽉 안아줄게 Yeah, you feel this moment 잔잔한 바람은 귓가 간지럽히지 Yeah, feel like nothing's missing 모든 게 완벽히 빠져들어도 깊이 Yeah, 네 말투는 너로던 내 맘을 녹여 소중해 like 사막 가운데 water 넌 나의 꽃필지 매봄이 돼 보고만 있어도 지어진 미소 같아 나 숨겨온 너의 맘을 꺼내 소중한 만큼 솔직해도 돼 yeah, yeah. 내게 말해줄래 love ya 이 순간 오랜 일 있을 후회 없게 yeah. 이 심장 터지도록 지금 내게 이 순간의 클라이막스를 원해 너도 나와 같단 걸 알아 baby I'll always be 여기 항상 네 옆에 하늘 아래 모든 게 우릴 비추는 것 같아 파도 소리는 음악이 돼 어때 이 순간에 I miss you Falling you 내 맘에 번져가 계속 번져가 마치 저녁 노을처럼 들어가 여기 너와 나 붉어진 저 하늘처럼 Love me love me love me now Oh love me
Nice. All right. This was Nine's Love Me. I don't I it also sounded like Mill potentially was in this one as well. So I couldn't confirm, but it did sound like him. So um this was beautiful. I'd probably say so far, at least in Sarah says I believe this was all the members, I believe. Okay, cool. I was like, I definitely heard Mill. So um very nice. Okay, cool. They all did incredible. I only thought maybe it was just Nine because it in the sub here just had Nine's name. So but I thought this was great. Definitely probably a little bit more on the somber side, certainly, but I think the vocals on this were just really well put together, and I love like that kind of like soft, like electronic, like chill vibe to it. I think that like kind of like chill EDM feel to it just worked out really well with their vocal tones. I also really enjoyed a lot of the melody choice on this. That like the lovely, 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 love. I'm obviously can't sing it as well as they can, but I do really love like the vocal tones that they were using in that. And I also appreciate that they stacked a lot of those vocal moments as well. I thought that was really, really intelligent. And I do feel like it makes the song feel like dynamically more interesting as well. So I loved that as well. I think to me, like this kind of meshed a lot of the things that if this wasn't an OST song, I feel like this one would be like a cool B side to listen to. Like if we're looking for like more of that chill vibe, like I could totally see this as like a B side off of like one of their releases. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think this one out of the songs we've listened to tonight, I would definitely put this on my list of favorites that I've listened to. It's just so well put together, and I think it highlighted the members in a really nice way. So, yeah, I thought this one was a banger. So, really enjoyed it. All right, and then it looks like this one is the solo from Nine. This one is "Stay in My Love." So, let's check it out. Gorgeous.
온종일 두근거려 떨리는 이 마음은 네 생각에 자꾸 한숨만 내뱉어 잊어보려 할수록 너는 더욱 선명해져 혹시나 사랑일까 덜컥 겁이 나죠 I've been thinking about you I can't fall in love 너도 나와 같다면 같은 맘이라면 곁에 머물러줘요 I'll you love you forever 숨길수록 더 커지는 맘 Stay in my love 사랑일까요 그대
Wow.
자꾸만 궁금해져요 아닌 걸 알면서도 네 미소에 나도 더욱 거있네요 생각하면 할수록 점점 더 복잡해져 혹시나 들킬까봐 덜컥 겁이 나죠 I've been thinking Stay in my love. I can't stop loving you. 너도 나와 같다면 같은 맘이라면 사랑한다 말해줘. Yeah, we love is forever. 숨길수록 더 커진 네 맘. Stay in my love.
What a run.
사랑일까요? 그대.
Wow. Wow. Whew. Give me chills. All right, very cool. This was Nine's Stay in My Love. Wow. What a gorgeous song. Not only I think arrangement wise, but he left it all on the line. I'll tell you what. Wow. The vocals on this were just so amazing. I feel like he's got such a distinctly powerful voice. I really love there were some moments where I feel like he was definitely a little bit more reserved, and then as the song kind of progressed and kept going, like he was able to kind of show and highlight more of his vocals, and obviously how that affects the rest of the song. But I think the beauty of this song, not only I think on the fact that his voice is absolutely phenomenal, I would also say that like the simplicity of the song, it is literally just his voice and piano. I don't think there's really anything else in this song that I can think of. And I think that's something really special. I think that it makes you really kind of pay attention. It really makes you lock in, I would say, with the song. And so I really love hearing that. I love like really kind of visualizing like some of the vocal runs that he was doing and being like, oh man, I'm making like the most stank face possible, because I'm like, wow, this is such like an encapsulating way to get you involved in a song like this. So absolutely phenomenal. I probably would put this with Love Me as well. I also thought this was a really phenomenally put together song, and I feel like if this didn't make me one of if this didn't make Nine one of my biases, I feel like I would I would be wrong, because for sure this song just he absolutely crushed. So so great. Andy says beautiful. We love to see it. All right, we are keeping it moving. It looks like we've got a couple more. The next one we've got, it looks to be their Japanese releases. The first one being Cunning Woman. OnlyOneOf released their Japanese single Cunning Woman on September 7th of 2022 with the title track of the same name. The song is a remake of a 1995 song by Sharam Q. Interesting. Okay, I have not heard the original, but we're going to check out this one. So let's give it a listen.
you, hold you, get you, kiss you, miss you, need you, broken heart. Bye bye, ありがとう、さようなら。愛しい恋人よ。あんたちょっといい女だったよ。だけどずるい女。Goodbye ありがとう心から。愛しい恋人よ。ずっとこんな日が続けばと思うほど愛してたのに。Oh, oh, 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 yeah. Bye bye ありがとうさようなら愛しい恋人よあんたほんといい女だったよ最後もう一度だけたいよ
All right, very cool. This was Only One of's Cunning Woman from their Japanese material. This was very good. I enjoyed this. Like I said, I haven't heard the original, so I will have to do my homework and check out the original song. But I feel like their voice, like I said, I don't want to repeat some commentary, but their voices are really well put together. Like I think they all have very distinct vocal tones. And so, I think with this group, I was able to kind of like discern a lot more than I think I was able to comparatively to some of. I'm not saying that like other groups I haven't been able to be like, oh yeah, I knew who that is, but like I feel like to me they have like like again, they all have very interesting vocal tones. Like Rie, I noticed pretty immediately. There are some moments where I noticed like Junji's voice, Yujung, Nine, like I definitely heard them more distinctly. KB, Mill. So I feel like to me they really had songs that I would argue that stood out more like on that perspective. So I appreciate that. But yeah, the beat was really fun. I liked the bridge of the song. I think that was really cool with like that saxophone moment. I thought that was really sick. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I think this one was like it kind of had that like Japanese feel to it. Obviously I assumed that the original song was a Japanese song. But I feel like they definitely infused the song a little bit more with that. So yeah, overall, great song. Like I said, bridge was probably one of my favorite parts of the song, and then like the final chorus I thought was really exceptional. So very nice. All right. Well, it looks like the last one we have here is Chrome Hearts. OnlyOneOf released their first Japanese mini album, Chrome Arts. Excuse me. I don't know why I said Chrome Hearts. I added extra words, letters. This was released on February 15th of 23, with the title track of the same name being pre-released on January 24th. Oh, okay. Chrome Hearts was the Korean version. Okay. I was like, damn. I was like, am I reading into that? So, okay. All right. Let's check this one out then.
Savage 탓하는 나를 호해 고막한 색깔 어찌까지 봐 온통 내 기미와 시야와 색깔 지역으로 메시대 그래요 로켓도 멘트 다 기심해 느낌이요 물에 놓은 아까 스베테 하나들 하다마다 You got it Back again 혼도 오늘 기미 놓고 또 미세대 껴나 쌓기 못한 내 끄떡이 다 도시 때문 마무리야 기미 너대 주요구 특이한 다시 대모보 그너 거꾸로 와 거울은 나의 꿈夜の向こう側で星屑の花束をあげる僕を信じていつまでも導く鎖つなぐと飲み込まれてもきっと逃げられない心酔わせるその心トントントン飲み込まれてもきっと逃げられない心酔わせるその心変われない雲どこまでも遠錆びることなく君が振り向いてその時を待つ覚えていてcomets
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right. This was only one of Chrome Arts. Very nice. Let's see what we got here. Sarah says Chrome Hearts was the Korean version of this song. Kaylee says, yay, I love this one. And Sarah says, I also love this song. Very nice, very nice. I did enjoy this. I like kind of the industrial like aspects of this song. I thought that was really sick. And like kind of the way that they again stylized their voices, I thought was really sick. So I definitely appreciate more that stylistic approach for this one. So that was really cool. I'm trying to think what else I enjoyed about this. The choreography was also really cool. I feel like some of their other songs, it's been cool to see like obviously the choreography difference like in this song comparatively to some of the other ones, and they've all been phenomenal. But I really liked a lot of like the shots and like kind of the arrangement that they did with this one. I thought that was really sick. But yeah, I think like the kind of instrumentation was really what stuck out to me, along with just kind of like their vocal delivery. I thought that was very interesting. So overall, not bad at all. I did enjoy this one. But yeah, it's been interesting. I'm surprised they released. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised that they released like a Japanese mini album. But it is interesting that they had a Korean version of this one along with the Japanese one. I thought that was cool. So yeah, very nice. I believe this was the last one. So we are it looks like we've ended this stream a little early, which is unusual. I feel like normally we do not end things this early. So which is kind of nuts. Kaylee says thanks. Gunky says wow, this is early. I would agree. So let's see. I mean, if y'all got, I mean, I can